a parent is not easy, and I understood that when I became a mother. I wanted to protect my daughter in every way, because I remember that one event of my life which left a forever cursed mark in my memory. I was 10 years old. Both of my parents were doctors, so they enrolled me in a boarding school which had a very strict schedule. Even though other students were as miserable as me, I was scared to death by this one particular teacher. His name was Mr. Perrin, and he was a crazy guy. He used to teach our English classes, but was terrible at it. He yelled more than he taught us. I hated him unlike anything. I wanted to run away from that school, but I couldn't. Every day, Mr. Perrin would enter the class, saying his usual catchphrase, "Let's start, idiots!" We were poor kids who remained quiet and succumbed to his insults every day. But one day, things became too intense. I was having difficulty understanding a lesson when Mr. Perrin called me to the blackboard. "Where is your mind, Susie? This is a very easy thing. How can you not understand?" I'm sorry, but Is your brain stuffed with garbage? I'm trying hard, but you scream a lot. Oh, now it's my fault that you're dumb. If that's anyone's fault, Susie, it's your parents. Surely they must be stupid too. While yelling, he poked my head so hard with his finger that I almost got a dent in my skull. It was practically a violation of teaching conduct. But as I said, I was staying in a boarding school, and I was too scared to think it through. Mr. Perrin pointed at the classroom door and yelled one more time, "Get out of my class, you idiot!" I left the class in tears. Saturday was 2 days later, so no way I could see my parents and tell them about this scary teacher. After school hours, I went back to the hostel and was sitting alone when my only friend Tamara came to me. She sat beside me and said, "Don't be sad, Susie. Mr. Perrin is evil. He insulted my parents today. I'll tell Mommy and Daddy to teach him a lesson. You don't have to wait that long. We can do this too." "What? How?" "Come with me." That night, my friend Tamara and I decided to pull a prank on him. Mr. Perrin lived in the teacher's quarters right behind our hostel. He was a bulky, overweight person and sweated a lot, so he kept his room window open the entire night for air. We quietly sneaked to his window and peeked into his room. He was preparing himself to take a bath. "Ew, look at his hairy body," Tamara said in disgust, seeing Mr. Perrin changed into a towel. His boxers were on the bed. As soon as he went inside the bathroom, we took out Tilly from a glass jar and placed it on Mr. Perrin's boxers with the help of a stick. Tilly was Tamara's giant fire ant, whom she had found in the garden and decided to keep as a pet. As soon as we were done, we quickly dodged under the window and waited. The bathroom door opened, and we heard Mr. Perrin whistling, followed by footsteps. And then a few minutes of silence reigned. Tamara and I ran away right away. The next morning, we heard Mr. Perrin was rushed to the hospital for having been bitten by some insect in his private parts. We laughed so hard that day in class. But our laughter didn't last very long. The next day, Mr. Perrin was back. His walk was kind of funny because of the injury, but his face was 10 times scarier. His bloodshot eyes were bulging out in anger. Grinding his yellow teeth, he yelled, "I know it wasn't an accident, and I know someone from this class sneaked into my room window last night. I heard running footsteps when the ant bit me. The day I find out who it was, I will teach them a lesson they will never forget." Tamara and I exchanged a fearful look, and I saw a creepy grin appear on Mr. Perrin's face. Surprisingly, he didn't yell at us the entire class. We went out for recess. There was a big jungle gym located at the end of the playground. I was sitting under it, regretting that prank, when I heard footsteps at some distance. I looked up, and what I saw chilled my bones. Mr. Perrin was standing right in front of me with a psycho smile. He stooped down to my level, brought his face extremely close to mine, and said in a scary voice, "It was you, Susie, wasn't it?" "What? What are you? Do you think I am stupid like your parents?" Saying this, he grabbed me by the shoulders and started shaking me violently while laughing and screaming like a deranged lunatic. "Do you know what I'll do to you? I'm gonna take off all your clothes and feed you to a heap of fire ants. You will scream louder than me, and I will enjoy your cries for help. I will soothe my ears to that joyful music. I will make you pay. Help me." I was too small to free myself from his grasp. Suddenly, all the other kids on the ground started screaming as well, seeing Mr. Parent's outburst. The teachers came and separated him from me after applying great force. I must have fainted during that psychotic episode, because I don't remember a thing except for Mr. Parent's scary face. My parents reported him, and he was fired from the school. I was also sent to stay with my grandparents. It felt bad to leave Tamara there, but I needed more attention and care after undergoing such trauma. My grandparents took me in with a lot of love and care. I don't know where Mr. Parent is now, but I hope I never meet such a terrible teacher ever again.